Greetings to Mr. Kelvin and my fellow friends. Today we are going to present you about the principal management in telecommunication industry. So the presenter for today, we have me, Howie, Zikang, Huiman, and Celine. Moving on, the introductions. The communications revolution has arrived. Personal communications and unified messaging systems are at vanguard of this technological phenomenon. Dating from 1984, the regulations of local and long-distance telephone service competitions have accelerated and sold out every nut and cranny telecom products and services. Those companies who have not foreseen change are quickly consigned to the technological and financial graveyard. So telecom industry also enables companies to communicate effectively with customers and deliver high standards for customer service. Moving into the management of telecommunication industry, we have to understand that telecommunication sector is made up of companies that make communications possible on a global scale, whether it's through phone, internet, airwave, cables, wire, or wireless. So the telecommunication industry created the infrastructure that allows data in words, voice, audio, or video to be sent anywhere in the world. So the largest company in this sector are telephone operators, satellite companies, cable companies, and also internet service providers. In Malaysia, we have TM, Masix, Celcom, Digi, Umobile, and so on. Moving on to the business plan in telecommunication industry. So as we all know, a business plan is significant for our business. It can be viewed as a roadmap to guide the entrepreneur to see the bigger pictures, plan ahead, make important decisions, and improve the overall likelihood of success. So there are common goals in telecommunication industry. So first is identify emerging trends and integrate them into telecom service operations. Respond quickly to technological change, be there early. So provide high quality service, continue to invest time and money in marketing and advertising, continue to expand into specialty markets, and also last is the stay ahead of the technological curve. To the business, companies need more ways to ever keep in touch, and easier the better. So hence, telecom business innovative products and services offering provides the best advantage to customers, including sleek and innovative cellular phone models, tasks and numerating pagings, data capability, roaming and landline connections charges, and also the management to seamlessly integrate the voice, fax, and data communications. Next, the competitive advantage in telecom industry. So it is the factor that allows a company to produce goods and services better and more cheaply than its rival. So in here, for example, Masses Telecom. Masses continue to enhance how people communicate and live in an impressive array of innovative products and services. So Masses were also the first to launch to 3G connection card and 3G services in Malaysia. So in 2013, Masix performed a new structure which will be streamline its operations, improve process, and make Masix more agile and cohesive in delivering and its integrated propositions across its wide range of products and services, as well as support the company's growth strategies. So the mission, vision, and value statement in the telecommunication industry. So the common missions for them is to provide the high quality communications technology service, and which enhance the value of life and economy development and provide the efficiency in communication technology. However, for the values, they have commitment, which they take the charge of the proactive consolidations of the projects. And next is the customer focus. They uncover, understand, and consolidate the needs of customers. And next is the innovations. They bring the value to new idea, approaching them with a creative and more professional ideas. And flexibility, they adapt to the view, which is constantly evolutions, resolutions. They reach to the objective through the combinations of enthusiasms. Honesty, they also demonstrate integrity in their actions, and credibility, they do what they want. Development, they encourage the continued development of individual through cohesions, collaborations, and also some teamwork. And for the visions in telecom industry is to determine the need of every customer and deliver the best solutions available. In recent years, several phenomena has caused significant pressure on the traditional centralized urban structure. So thereby produces major urban changes to the telecommunication industry, augmented decentralizations. So there are many reasons why telecom industry changed the decentralization systems. First of all, it provides the ability to the industry to maintain and increase the productivity for the routine clerical and management functions. And next, it helps in growing the number of information industry organizations and also increase the industry availability, sophistications of computers and telecommunications technology, and also increase the flexibility in organization development and diversity. And these are the reasons, these are differences between telecom industry and the others industry systems. And I will pass it to my teammate. Thank you.
Hi, I'll be presenting the SWOT analysis. So, analysis is a short form used to explore the particular strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that are strategic factors for a specific industry or company. So, first is strength. So, plenty of well-established mobile operators with the five additional operators licensed to provide 4G and 5G services in Malaysia. So, a major market with penetration excess of more than 100% has been created by a strong regulator supportive of competition in the mobile sector, and the initiative by the government to improve state of high-speed internet infrastructures. So next is moving on to weaknesses. So the growth process becomes slower in an overly competitive and increasingly saturated mobile market, despite there is situation of prepaid to postpaid migration, and the average revenue per user ARPU rates continuously decline. And also the broadband tariffs remain high, where the broadband costs are being passed to the consumers. Access opportunities. So the application of 4G and 5G services provides a good businesses opportunities for content providers and a new market for handset vendors. And an upgraded technology and coverage increased the demand for mobile broadband services. It also helped to close the digital divide gap emerging between urban and rural markets. The last one is threats. So an increased competition can reduce market share or revenue in the future, and also due to the pandemic, people losing jobs and income, which also causing a fall in the demand in the market. Okay, moving on to the Porto's 5 competitive forces. So first is the threat of new entrants. So customer switching costs are fixed costs that buyers face when they change suppliers. In the telecommunication sector, it mainly depends on what kind of cost consumers or buyers have to undertake if they switch from one provider to another. And the capital requirements is the biggest barrier to entry into the capital-intensive telecom industry. Is usually access to finance. So to cover high fixed costs, serious contenders typically require a large amount of cash. Unequal access to distribution channels in the telecommunication industry range from self-owned distribution points to any type of shop, and also to sales points with vending and automated machines. So the second one is bargaining power of suppliers. So the power of suppliers in the telecommunication industry is affected by two key elements. First is the power of the network equipment providers, generally termed NEPs, and the power of the workforce or suppliers of labor. So the third point is bargaining power of buyers. So buyers of telecommunication services include both individual and corporate buyers. Price sensitivity is a function of the overall buying behavior of buyers in the market, the income of the buyers, and value that is accorded by these buyers to the products and services offered by the participants in the telecommunication industry. And another important factor which influences the power of the buyer is the availability of information about the variety of products and services available in the market. So moving on to threats of substitute products or services. So the main substitute hit in the telecommunication industry as defined in this study are calling cards internationally or foreign managed VoIP services, satellite internet, and satellite phones. So in order to analyze the threat of substitutes, it is essential to look at the price performance trade-off between the substitute and the industry product. Therefore, providing buyers with better services at lower cost through changes can improve the value of their products or services. So the last one is rivalry among competitors. So concentration, size, and power of competitors is important as all the competitors have to share the same pie. So in the industry under review, size refers to the size of network and coverage. The financial strength of the industry players gives an important indication of their power and their ability to pressure their rivals. So moving on to the next slide, is the portal's 4 competitive strategy. So the first one is cost leadership strategy. So our company that is able to produce cheaper products than its competitors at all time and offering more flexibility towards and the increased cost of input goods. And the second one is cost focus strategy, which are companies that focus in personalizing the product and establishing pricing arrangement. And the third strategy is differentiation strategy, that are companies that add a premium value into the product, hence concentrate the value added in the product in a wide market. And the last one is focused differentiation strategy, that are company that adds some superior value to the product and concentrate the value added in the product in a particular market. So moving on to the next slide, which is rational and non-rational decision making. So for rational decision making, there are four stages of rational decision making. So stage 1 is identifying the problem or opportunity. Stage 2 is think up alternative solutions. Stage 3 is evaluate alternatives and select a solution. Stage 4 is implement and evaluate the solution chosen. So for the non-rational decision making, the results are always uncertainty and risky. So there are two models being discussed here. So the first model is satisficing, means that the managers don't make exhaustive search for the best alternatives. The second model is intuition, that states that the manager make choices without conscious thought of or logical inference. So moving on to the next slide is the four general decision making styles. So the first one is directive. There are people who prefer structure and are motivated by the result their decision will bring them. They tend to make decisions quickly, don't like dwelling in possibilities, and also have good communication skills. Second one is conceptual, which are people who enjoy the ambiguity of open-ended options, motivated to make an impact to the world, while recognizing underlying problem. They always come up with creative and integrated options. And third one is behavioral. People who prefer structure and stability and are more motivated to maintain harmony and also ability to make others feel included and important. And the last one is analytical, which are people who feel comfortable with ambiguity but motivated to find the best solution and make responsible decisions at the same time.
Hi, I'm Hui Man. So I'll be sharing about organizational structure. So the telecommunication industry is fall under market culture and also adhocracy culture. So the reason why it falls under market culture is because it is always in the competition. Because there is only a few number of organization in this industry, so they always compete with one another in terms of the speed, the pricing, and also the package they offer. They also customer focused where they offer the latest phone with their latest package. So they also have a goal achievement. For example, Maxis and Cellcom, they have a collaboration to explore 5G's infrastructure with signing a memorandum of understanding in last year 2019. So also for adhocracy culture, so this industry always in the creativity innovation to attract more customer to buy their product. Most of the telecommunication organization in Malaysia is under for-profit organization, which means that it's formed to make money or profit by offering products or services. So Maxis, Digi, Celcom, and others are public listed in Bursa Malaysia. Telekom Malaysia Berhad is also one of the companies who is listed, but the main shareholders is Khazanah Nasional Berhad, which is a wealth fund of the Malaysia's government. So in other words, also mean that it's partly controlled by the Malaysia's government. So this is the example of the telecommunication industry's line position and staff position. So it is slightly different with another industry because it involves a huge number of staff. So it has senior level, middle level, and also lower level. So for the senior level, they usually make decisions and then they pass them to the middle level and lower level to implement the decision. Here are the methods of recruitment, which is quite similar to other industry. So it includes employment agencies such as JobStreet, Glassdoor, and also LinkedIn. They will post the job they offering, the job description, and also the job requirement for the candidates who look for. They also post through advertisement back then, through newspaper and magazine, and also they use campus recruitment where they collab with colleges and universities and to run an employment project which to choose the talent candidate they think is useful for their company. And also last but not least, the company's website, which is the fastest way. They will post through their company's website like Axis Career, DigiCareer, where the candidates who is interested in working in the company can also look for their career opportunity in the company's website.
Hi, my name is Elaine. Okay, so for my part, I will be linking the principle of management in the telecommunications industry with topic 10, which is organizational change and innovation. So change is something that constantly happens in the business world. The telecommunication industry is no exception. For a matter of fact, the industry is a primary instance of the fluid, dynamic, and rapidly evolving business environment. As they advance forward, the ever-changing telecommunications industry needs to pay attention to the changes, or in other words, the opportunities and challenges brought by innovation, like the introduction of 5G products and artificial intelligence AI. The increasing customer demands, especially in this current pandemic in terms of price and quality, as well as competitors as they come up with new plans to attract customers and gain more market share. Usually, when dealing with change, the telecom industry uses a proactive approach, whereby predictive analytics are used to measure future outcomes based on historical data and come up with new products and services. This not only saves them a lot of time and money, but spare them from damage on brand image if a breakdown were to happen. Example companies that uses a proactive approach within Malaysia include Masses, Digi, Telekom Malaysia, and U Mobile. There are some, but very less companies that choose to use reactive approach in some parts of their operations. For example, previously, Celcom used a reactive approach in its daily operations. Long-term wise, however, this approach would not be deemed beneficial. Therefore, in 2018, Celcom partnered with Huawei Technologies Malaysia, Sdn Bhd, to apply cloud-based digitized operation platform, transforming their daily operations from reactive to proactive and predictive. Knowing what is in the need of change is one thing. Finding ways to implement the change within the organization is another. According to a study, the main problem most managers and employees face is their resistance to change. Reasons include the fear of losing their job, insufficient guidelines, and lack of communications. In other words, communication is key. By having top management getting involved, using two-way communication and collecting feedbacks, employees' confidence and respect in the organization will increase, thus decreasing their resistance to change. Every company has their own way of doing things, but the concept of the above strategies stay the same. So in conclusion, the telecommunication industry has come a long way. The innovation of products and services they provide have brought smiles on many people's faces. To continue to survive and grow in this current pandemic, the telecommunication industry should continue to adapt principles of management to better understand stakeholders and lead change in the world. That's all for our presentation. Thank you and have a nice day.